guys, I'm back. I wanted to pop in again tonight to do the tag video that I had mentioned earlier in my previous video. And I still have Miss Josie here because I am feeling quite guilty that I actually was thinking about giving up this baby. I feel very bad. I feel like a very bad mommy. And I also feel like I have moments of I'm losing my mind because I am so beyond lucky to be able to have this doll in my collection, and I don't know what I was thinking. I honestly don't, because she's amazing, and she is probably one of, if not the most realistic silicone babies I've ever had in my collection. I really, really love her. So I'm getting over my funk, guys. Promise you, I'm getting over it. So I wanted to do the tag video about my thoughts and feelings about whether or not the industry and or artists in the doll collecting world are exploiting us. And I feel like, Saida actually brought this up when her and I were having a conversation about it, that I think exploiting is a very, very strong word. She actually pointed it out, and the more I thought about it, the more I think she's absolutely right. I think using the word exploit is a very, very heavy word, and I don't think that we're being exploited, but I think that artists, the industry itself, they take advantage of the fact that we're willing to pay what we do for these dolls. So let me explain. So if I were to use the word exploit, which I wouldn't choose that word, I would say, if we are being exploited, guys, it's because we're allowing it. And I have spent so much money in this hobby. I've spent a lot on one single doll. I've spent a lot on several dolls. Over the years, I don't even want to know how much I've invested in this hobby on dolls that I've purchased along the way. I would be afraid to know how much I've spent. So I'm never going to go there. But if they're really truly exploiting us, if people feel that way, then I feel that we're allowing it to happen as collectors. So I'm not an artist. So I don't have the ability to make and create these beautiful babies. Have I thought about dabbling in reborning? Sure, but it's just not my cup of tea. I am artistic in other ways. I actually used to design custom, very high-end jewelry. And that was enjoyable to me, but actually painting a doll kit is just, I just don't have the interest in it. Even if it were to save me money, but I found that I don't need to have like 1,000 different dolls in my collection. So, it's not something I'll ever probably pick up and do. So for me, I am at the mercy of the artists out there and the doll companies that are creating the kits and the silicone artists who are creating the silicone dolls, because, I have apparently very expensive taste. And I've learned what I want, and I want realism. And in order to get the realism that I'm looking for in my collection, I have to spend on the very high end of what artists are charging for these babies. And I don't feel exploited because I choose to pay what I pay for my dolls. So I don't think it's necessarily fair to say the artists out there and the doll companies are exploiting us, because I don't think that's the case. I think they take advantage of the fact that we are emotionally attached to these dolls, and we'll put higher price tags on the dolls when they're popular, because that's what any entrepreneur and or business person will do. If given the chance, they will make money, they're going to. And yet on the flip side of that, I feel that I've seen many other artists that don't get what their dolls deserve. Like, I think they're undercharging for their dolls, and I think the work is actually deserving of a better price tag. So I think it kind of falls to both sides. I think that people are undernoticed and they don't get enough for their work when they're very good at it and very talented. And then on the flip side, you've got some people that are making a name for themselves or have made a name for themselves, and they go based on that to sell their dolls at a higher price tag. I see it more and more with reborns. Like, I'm appalled. I know this tag has been going around about the price, or I don't know if it's tag or if it's just a discussion, but the amount that people are selling an average, and I'm not trying to offend anybody out there, but this is just my opinion, an average quality reborn, like, I don't see any like under $500. And when you look at pictures of majority, and I'm saying like 98% of these dolls, they're basically what I would call beginner level quality of work. Okay? I've been collecting these dolls for like a really, really long time. So I know, I've seen the transition of talent and how far the realism has come on these reborn dolls. And some of these dolls are hideous. And I'm sorry, that's just my opinion. Only my opinion, and people can attack, people can respond. It is what it is. I am allowed to voice my own opinion. And the price tags people are asking for these very average, if I would even call them average quality dolls, is ridiculous. And then you have a good handful of really decent artists out there that put out really good work. And just like Serenity had pointed out in her video, they're bidding themselves up. So we can't possibly get mad at the industry. And everybody calls eBay Evil Bay. It's not eBay who's bidding up against one another. It's us as collectors. I'll never understand that. I've always used like the sniper bidding at the end of auctions, because why would I bid on something 6, 7, 8 days before the end of the auction when I'm just going to bid myself up and pay a higher price? If you wait to the last couple seconds of the auction, the price of the doll does not get inflated as much. I've never understood that. I agree with you, Serenity, 100% on that. I find it absolutely maddening, because it's like we're just basically making each other pay more for the dolls that we want. And I believe we get all of us get caught up in the hype, but I don't think it's fair to blame the industry or eBay or any of those places. They're just the outlet selling and making it available for us to have these dolls. So also, I think a big part of it is that there are so many new people coming into this community because of YouTube, because of social media, because we put our dolls out there and people are curious. So they're like, wow, this is really cool. So then you have this influx, I think, lately of so many new people to the doll collecting community that they're buying up whatever they can buy. They're new to this. They're excited about it. It's like back when I first saw my Amy Webb. I couldn't imagine finding a doll and getting my hands on it quick enough, because I just had to have one of these realistic babies. So imagine being a new person coming into this right now, where the level of skill to these artists is at, and they are all over social media, and people they're like in a frenzy trying to find these dolls. I mean, look at some of the comments on our videos, guys. People are frantically looking for how they can get their hands on them. So it only stands to reason that when they go onto eBay and they find these dolls, that people will pay a pretty penny for them, even when they're not even good work, because they don't realize what's good work out there. So it's creating all these so mediocre artists to charge a lot for their work, which is why the prices just keep going up. But it's not the artist's fault. It's not eBay's fault. It is our fault. So if we don't want to pay these prices, we as collectors have to stop paying it. That's the only way it'll continue or not continue, is if we stop paying the prices will go down, because they won't be able to charge as much. But I don't foresee that happening, because there's just too many new people. They're ready and waiting to spend their money on these beautiful dolls. So I'm not complaining. I'm somewhat putting the blame back on us. Maybe it's a different perspective. I'll have to watch some of the videos. I haven't really watched them. I watched a couple. And, everybody's allowed to voice their own opinion. That's all this is. It's just a discussion about what we think. But I really, truly think that we do have to take responsibility for it's us putting ourselves out there to spend the money. So can't blame the industry, guys. That's just how I feel about it. I think the only person I can blame is myself if I overspend. And believe me, like I said, I've spent a lot of money on dolls, and I've gotten some really good ones, and I've gotten some not so good ones. And I apologize, because there's Rue in our background, our little puppy who likes to bark. She likes to be heard on my videos every now and again. But anyways, I'm getting towards 10 minutes on this video, so I'm going to wrap it up there. But that's my thoughts on it, guys. Feel free to respond. Feel free to do your own tag if you haven't already heard of this one going around. If you do decide to do the tag, comment in the comments that you are actually doing one, and I'll look for your videos because I'm kind of trying to locate them all so I can hear everybody else's opinions, because I do find this is a very, very interesting topic yet again. So I'm not sure who started the tag, but whoever did, way to go. It's another good tag out there. So all right, guys, that's pretty much it for me tonight. Tomorrow is Friday. Hallelujah. And on to the weekend, and I will hopefully be able to get some more videos up this weekend, and that in turn will help get me out of my dolly funk. All right, guys, we will see you all soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.